Got here, and it's time to talk about Witch Hat Atelier. And this episode has been great, especially for character development. But also, what an insane cliffhanger to end this one. I'm like, no, they're gonna end it here, right? Nope. And they ended it there. I just want the next episode instantly right now here. But also, this episode we get introduced to a lot of things, new characters also. And I think I found the dumbest character in this series. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, picks up from last week. We actually have the incident with the carriage, the river, the flood there, the storm here. I'm still not fully sure if this entire thing wasn't set up, but it's actually looking more like, hey, this accident happened and somebody also took advantage of it at the same time. And what I'm liking about this episode is how much character development and build up Agot got here, which I'm happy about because since the beginning of the series I've been really curious about her, and it seems we're gonna be focusing a bit more on her here, and especially her relationship with Coco. I'm really liking the effect that Coco has on Agot, changing kind of her perspective on everything that has been going on here. But speaking of Agot, we see her how pushy she was with Kifrey, with going with him, trying to prove herself. It feels like this is her driving force here. We'll get some info on that throughout the episode, which we're gonna get into this. And I liked Olorugio instantly, like takes her with him, goes ahead to set up things, even to have the gateway ready for Kifrey while he prepares everything that's needed. The others instantly decided to tag along here. And I like this comment from Kifrey showing he's worried, but he also knows Agot, saying she's very focused on the things she can't do instead of enjoying the things she can on Friday, enjoying that, which I can kind of understand this. I'm also have a bit similar with this. I'm very focused on the things I can do, and I'm also very critical when I make mistakes. I'm also very judgmental on myself when I fuck up, be it small, large, medium, whatever. Whenever I make mistake, I criticize myself quite a lot, and sometimes I internalize those things, which is not really healthy. But anyway, this is about Agot here. They finally get to the carriage in the river, the flood there. I like how Olurgio took her with him, but he didn't give her big tasks. Hey, we do this, start casting magic. No, you're here for the small tasks. Observe, do this, dry their clothes, take care of this. I didn't call you here to be basically like me, so to say. I'm paraphrasing a bit. And I like how he instantly told her bluntly, directly, you're too impatient. First thing, what magic is for, like the purpose of magic. This was kind of the main theme and question of the episode. Take it slow and focus on this. And here is where we see more and more with Agot, how much she wants to prove herself, how frustrated she gets, referring to prove herself to that person. First I thought it's Kifrey, but it didn't really feel like she wanted to prove herself to Kifrey. Maybe she kind of used Kifrey as means to an end. In a way, I don't really know how much she cares about Kifrey, but we're gonna develop that probably in the future here. And speaking of Kifrey, instantly shows up with a really cool water sword. I actually really liked it quite a lot of spells casted into it. Seals here. He's able to split the river, which allows Olryuga to save the passengers in the carriage one at the time there. And like I said at the start of the video, we have the most stupid character in the series I've seen so far. Kustas first gets saved, the kid, Dagda, they're happy, Kustas being saved, which you're gonna get to Kustas here after this one. Then I really like the kids, all of the group, Tetia, Rich, Coco, Agot, even though she didn't admit it, all of them liking the sword, looking at it, wanting to touch it, to check it out. No, it's too early for you guys. The sword being called Rain Cleaver. I actually like it quite a lot, showing that putting seals and magic on a weapons can have some big repercussions, so to say, and this is probably going to play an important role moving forward, especially in the conflicts that we're going to have ahead. Imagine how many other weapons or how many objects we're going to have magic into them there. But after this, we have them splitting up, Olrugio and Kifrey going to check the river banks, taking Riche and Tetia with them on opposite sides there, and we have Coco and Agot alone here. Now, I really liked how much Coco still wants to return Agot's shoes, still feels guilty about that there, and while helping the people around, one of them calls her little Miss Witch. She was blushing, she was feeling so happy. That meant quite a lot to her here. And we're finally at the dumbest character in the series, Kustas. Dude just literally got saved from a flood, from a sinking carriage there, almost died, but big brain moment, decides to jump back down in because it's safe there. Meanwhile, the tree, the river bank, the flood was still going on, to recover some of the merchandise, crates, whatever the fuck they had there. Don't worry, it's fine, I got this, it's safe. You fucking moron, for lack of a better term. Of course, what do you think happens? The obvious there. The tree and the riverbank collapse. He falls down. Also, Coco falls down because of this, because she was on the side there. And I like that Agot was worried instantly after Coco. She thought that she got crushed by the rock, but she's fine. She's still stuck in the river there. Kustas also got trapped in between a rock and unconscious there, and I'm like, fuck you, you caused this entire situation. Like, I don't care what you had in that box. Jumping instantly after you get saved, how dumb do you have to be? Like, really? And unfortunately, I've had a similar situation in real life with somebody. Not to the same extent. There's a big hole in the ground. The city didn't put signs or anything. They were working on the road. Guy with the car falls down. They take him out of the hole. He proceeds to jump in to get his drinks back because he was also drunk, and he jumps back in and they have to take him out. So yes, people can be really dumb here, but Kustas, absolute moron of the episode and the series so far there. Now, a situation that was resolved got a lot more complicated because he's unconscious now, wounded. Coco is stuck there also. Her tools are wet from all of the water and everything. Dagda losing his minds, going after him to save him. But Agot kind of thinks, just showing how one-track mind she has, thinks this is her chance to prove herself there. And yeah, interesting way how her mind works here. And we see some memories being triggered when the people overwhelm her. Hey, show us some magic, show us the magic. Just showing how people view magic here, how important it is for her, just ogling, pushing for it, kind of like stands at a concert or something like that. But this triggering the memories for her. People around her seeing her as weak, useless. Others, I don't know, giving the vibes of experiments here, maybe brim caps, but then I'm thinking more when those voices or whoever it was, they were disappointed in her being the daughter of somebody important here. It seems like her family abandoned her. I'm not sure, was it the brim caps or somebody else here? So who knows who her family fully is here. She looks a bit similar to one of the characters that we have in the series here, but I'm not sure if there's a connection or not with Astias, which we're gonna get to him here, or the Knights, which we're gonna get to that one also. So just kind of getting overwhelmed by this, triggering her trauma, and this is why she also wants to prove herself. Whoever knows what happened in her childhood there. She's still a child, but earlier in her childhood here. And Coco screaming snaps her out of it here. And Coco was instantly focused on what can she do, what can I do to help, what can I do in this situation. I really like that about Coco. She was instantly focused on the problem solving aspect. She wasn't panicking herself. Let's get out of this situation. And also, not just to save herself, her first instinct was wanting to save Kustas. I'm like, leave him the fuck down there. Get out of yourself, Coco. He did this to himself and he did this to you. You're a much better person than me here. And this, moving forward, also the focus of what is magic for, and finally snaps in Coco's mind, the light bulb moments. It's basically both of them figured it out thanks to Coco especially, it's to save people, to serve the people. That's how I kind of viewed this one, with how they were alluding with everything. Of course, I still have my misgivings with how the entire magic works in To the World. If you guys watched the previous videos, were the rules actually made to protect people, which I can see an argument for that also, with experiments and things like that, forbidden magic, or did somebody made these rules and the pact to keep more control over power and magic itself? But that's probably into the future of the series. Here, it's the magic to serve the people, to save them there. Now, Coco gives some info here. Agot asking her, she's in a slower current spot, still dangerous. Her tools are wet, can't really show magic here. And while they're dealing with this, we also have STS, one of the Knights Morales, getting a report about the incident, the river that happens here. And this is where I looked a bit similar like Agot. I'm not sure if there's any connections between them, but we're gonna have the knights being involved here, which we're gonna get to that. But what I also liked was a bit with the magic and the witches, kind of their procedures here. We know they can't cast magic in front of normal people. We even saw it with Kifrey at the beginning of the series, the entire rules with everything, keep it hidden and so on, memory deletions and things like that. And we get to see a lot of this in this episode, and this is why I think this is a very, very important episode here. And Agot draws the attention of the people with the light, the bird light there, kind of using it as a flare distraction here in a way, and commenting to herself, her inner monologue, saying, when things like this happen, and if you have to draw in front of people, you have to draw under your cloak with your muscle memory. And Coco is not yet at that level to do it. She can do it, and that's how she draws the light bird there to distract them. But it doesn't really work for long. It works for a bit here, and then we see Coco there being scared, thinking she's not good enough yet there. They have to figure out how to do this. And we have Kustas also waking up. I want to slap him to go back to sleep here. The people are started panicking. Hey, how are we gonna do this? Figure it out. Thankfully, they get the idea. Coco asking for the rings at the beginning that Ulrigo gave to Agot to dry her palm choir there, and Coco is able to get out of that situation, makes her cloak levitate and brings Kustas up also, frees him from the rock with something very interesting, which is probably gonna be a very important key moving forward there. We're gonna get into that. Instantly hugs Agot. She's happy. It worked everything. Dogda is also happy. Kostas is back. I'm not. I really hope this guy realizes how dumb he was. Like, this is a major fuck up. How much you fucked up in this episode, Kostas. I don't know if we're ever gonna see more of him, but damn, you're dumb as a rock. Jumping back in after you literally got saved and making an already dangerous situation even more dangerous here. But anyway, back to Coco. She finally reveals how she did it. She used the wall breaker spell they used when they were fighting the dragon there to break the walls. She used that on the rock here, and instantly thanks Agot for helping her, using magic together, friends, and currently collaborating, even though it wasn't one-to-one, so to say. It's not like Agot told her the plan and thinking of her as a friend. Wait, are we friends? But slowly you see how much Coco is affecting Agot, and even thinking that, having that moment saying, hey, maybe someday my mother will also be saved by something like this magic that somebody else made, and working together, people working together. And again, with the theme of the episode, what is the purpose of magic? And no, she even gets the determination. Not maybe, will, using it as a statement, showing her determination here. But after this, we have the insane cliffhanger, and I'm like, fuck, I need the next episode. Raps instantly grab Coco and Agot, and we have the knights showing up here with Estes being the one in charge, and instantly thinking they were collaborating with the brimmed caps there. And no, Agot tries to say, no, we're not with the brim caps and so on. Are you sure about that? And Coco starts thinking, yeah, we use that magic here. Look down. They look down like, pretty much everything got turned into the sand. Even the water started evaporating. Like, I don't know if Coco did it, like, not intentionally, of course. Did she make a mistake into the magic? Or did somebody set her up? Or was there something more happening here? Because there's no way she did this intentionally. It's either a fuck up or something more is happening here. And this guy STS, zero hesitation. And Kifrey knew about the Knight's morality. He said it before, they wouldn't hesitate to delete her love of magic even to kids. And we see here with STS showing that promise. Basically, instantly proceeds delete your memory after he showed Coco what happened below them and starts pulling out this weird, creepy, gross amulet with some black gooey things with seals on it, going after Coco to delete her memories. I'm like, fuck, don't end it here, and we're gonna have to wait for next week. So yes, these nights are like, fuck them kids, zero hesitation to do it, but I don't think they're gonna delete Coco's memory. It would be insane if they actually do this. Probably Kifrey and Ruga are gonna come just in time to stop that, or something else is going to happen. I don't know how, but I don't believe they're gonna delete her memories. But I'm also really curious what happened with the sand and everything. I'm leaning more something else was involved here. Was it the brim caps? Was this entire incident a big elaborate con to put Coco into this situation? Did they took advantage of it when they're probably keeping tracks of her? I don't know what happened here, but I'm curious how they're gonna handle this entire situation. And this STS guy seems like a piece of shit. Zero hesitation to go after the kids here. So yes, I'm very excited for next episode, and the series keeps getting more and more interesting the more I watch it here, especially with the characters. They're doing such an amazing job with character development and world building at the same time. And each episode brings a lot more questions, while we get some answers, also brings a lot of questions. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Witch Hat Atelier. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.